Scroll through social media and you'll see it everywhere. Short videos and bold headlines promising instant results. Press this point and get a rock-hard erection immediately. The idea spreads fast because it's simple, dramatic, and plays on one of men's biggest insecurities. Who wouldn't want an easy 1-second fix to something so personal? The claim sounds almost magical, like a secret shortcut no doctor will ever tell you. But let's pause for a second. If it were really that easy, just press a spot on your hand, your foot, or your belly and suddenly become a superstar in bed. Wouldn't every man on earth already know about it? The truth is, these viral tricks often mix ancient ideas, like acupressure or massage, with modern clickbait. They grab attention, but rarely explain what's actually happening inside the body. That doesn't mean pressing a point has no effect at all. Sometimes the simple act of touch, pressure, or massage reduces tension, calms the mind, and gets blood moving. And that can make a man feel like it's working instantly. But before believing the hype, it's worth digging deeper. Because the real story of erections is more complex and way more interesting than a single pressure point. An erection might look simple from the outside, but inside the body, it's a finely tuned orchestra. It starts in the brain. Arousal triggers signals that travel down the spinal cord and into the nerves of the penis. Those nerves release chemicals that tell blood vessels to relax and open wide. The moment that happens, blood rushes in, filling two special chambers called the corpora cavernosa. As pressure builds, the penis becomes firm, and valves trap the blood inside to keep it that way. But here's the key. This process depends on several systems working together perfectly. The brain has to send the right signals. The nerves must be healthy enough to deliver them. Hormones like testosterone keep desire alive and support sensitivity. And the blood vessels need to be flexible and clear, ready to handle the sudden surge of blood. If any link in this chain is weak, blocked arteries, low hormones, stressed out mind, the erection struggles. So when someone claims pressing a single magic point can override all of this, it's worth being skeptical. Erections aren't about shortcuts. They're about balance between mind, body, blood, and hormones. Once you understand that, you can see why the promise of an instant fix sounds exciting, but misses the bigger picture. Long before modern medicine, ancient cultures were already looking for ways to boost male vitality. In traditional Chinese medicine, acupressure and acupuncture were believed to unlock the body's energy pathways, known as meridians. Certain points on the body, when pressed or stimulated, were thought to restore balance, increase circulation, and even spark sexual power. Similar practices existed in India, where Ayurveda linked specific pressure points and massages to improving desire and performance. These traditions gave rise to the idea of secret spots that could trigger an erection almost on command. For example, some sources point to areas on the feet, wrists, or lower abdomen, each claimed to boost circulation and sexual energy. Over time, these practices blended with modern clickbait, turning into flashy headlines like "Press here for instant results." Now, it's important to understand, while these ancient techniques often helped with relaxation and stress relief, there's little solid scientific proof that one pressure point alone can cause an erection. Still, the wisdom behind them isn't completely useless. Many of these methods promote relaxation, reduce tension, and improve overall circulation, which definitely play a role in better sexual health. The myth of the magic button may be exaggerated, but the roots come from real traditions that focused on balance and energy. If you look around online, you'll see the same spots repeated over and over again. Some videos tell you to press the area between your thumb and index finger, others point to a spot just below the navel, and some even focus on the arch of the foot. Each one is advertised as the secret key to instant erections. Men around the world try it, often curious, sometimes desperate, hoping for a miracle. And here's the truth. Pressing these spots won't magically override your biology, but that doesn't mean nothing happens. Applying firm pressure or massage to certain areas can improve local blood flow, reduce muscle tension, and send signals to the nervous system that help the body relax. For some men, that reduction in stress is enough to feel like performance improves right away. It's not so much about unlocking a hidden sex button, but about calming the body so the natural process can work more smoothly. So, why do so many swear by it? The mix of ancient tradition, placebo effect, and the natural calming power of touch makes the experience feel real. And in some cases, that feeling is enough to break through anxiety and spark arousal. But let's be clear, these points are not a guaranteed instant cure. At best, they're a tool that helps your body do what it was already designed to do. When scientists look at claims about pressure points and instant erections, the evidence is thin. No medical study has ever proven that pressing one spot on your hand, foot, or stomach can directly trigger an erection. Erections are far too complex. They rely on the brain, nerves, hormones, and blood flow all working together. A single push on the skin can't flip that switch. But science does confirm something important. Touch and massage influence the nervous system. When pressure is applied to certain points, the body often relaxes, stress hormones drop, and circulation improves slightly. This doesn't guarantee an erection, but it does create better conditions for one. That's why some men report success, not because the point is magic, but because it helps them relax enough for their natural system to activate. In other words, the real benefit may not be in the point itself, but in the effect it has on stress, focus, and the placebo response. Believing it works can sometimes be powerful enough to trigger real physical changes. Science may not support the idea of a miracle button, but it does support the idea that relaxation and mindset are crucial for performance. Here's where things get really interesting. Even if there isn't a single pressure point that can magically turn on an erection, the placebo effect shows us how powerful the mind can be. If a man truly believes pressing a spot on his hand or stomach will work, his brain may respond by lowering stress, boosting confidence, and triggering arousal. The result feels real, and in many cases, it actually is real. Doctors have seen this countless times. Placebos, fake pills, sham treatments, or simple rituals often create genuine physical changes just because the patient believes in them. Erections are especially sensitive to this effect because they depend so heavily on the brain. If belief calms anxiety and removes doubt, the body can function as if the cure were real. That's why so many men online swear by these pressure points. Of course, relying only on placebo has its limits. It won't fix clogged arteries, low testosterone, or nerve damage, but it does highlight a powerful truth. Confidence and mindset are just as important as physical health. When the brain feels safe and convinced, the body often follows, and that's a lesson every man can use, pressure point or not. Instead of chasing magic buttons, it's better to focus on the real triggers that science shows actually boost erections. The first and most important is blood flow. Regular exercise, especially cardio and strength training, strengthens the heart and keeps vessels flexible, which means stronger and longer-lasting erections. Another major trigger is hormones, particularly testosterone. Healthy sleep, weight management, and reduced alcohol intake help maintain optimal levels. Diet also plays a direct role. Foods rich in antioxidants, omega-3 fats, and nitrates, like leafy greens, fish, and beets, naturally support circulation and sexual function. On the flip side, junk food, sugar, and smoking attack those same systems and make erections weaker over time. Mental state is just as crucial. Stress management, mindfulness, and open communication with a partner can remove the psychological blocks that often stand in the way. So while pressing a point may give a mental boost, these lifestyle triggers create real, lasting results. Think of it like building a foundation. When your blood flow, hormones, and mental state are in balance, erections come more easily, feel stronger, and last longer. That's the true secret most men overlook. Sometimes you don't have months to rebuild your health. You want a quick boost right now. While no magic point can guarantee instant results, there are proven techniques that can help in the moment. One of the simplest is deep breathing. Slow, controlled breaths lower stress hormones and relax blood vessels, making it easier for blood to flow where it needs to go. Another quick fix is stretching or light exercise, like squats or push ups, which drive blood into the lower body and naturally improve circulation. Massage is another tool. Gently massaging the inner thighs, pelvis, or lower abdomen can increase local blood flow and relax tight muscles that might restrict circulation. Some men also use short bursts of Kegel exercises, tightening and releasing the pelvic floor muscles to improve firmness on demand. These aren't long-term cures, but they can be effective hacks when you need a little help. The key idea is this. While pressure points may not deliver miracles, combining relaxation, movement, and focus can often give the body just enough of a push to make a difference. These techniques are simple, fast, and safe, and they work far better than hoping a viral internet trick will save the day. Here's something most men don't realize. Erectile problems aren't always just about performance in the bedroom. Very often, they're an early warning sign of deeper health issues. Weak or fading erections can signal clogged arteries, high blood pressure, or even the beginnings of heart disease. Why? Because the blood vessels in the penis are smaller and more sensitive than the ones in the heart. If blood can't flow well there, it usually means bigger problems are already developing in the rest of the body. Ignoring these signs is dangerous. Many men blame stress, age, or even their partner, when in fact their body is trying to sound an alarm. Studies show that erectile dysfunction can appear years before a heart attack or stroke. That means paying attention to your sexual health could literally save your life. So, while viral tips and quick fixes can be fun to try, the real danger is using them as a distraction instead of looking at the bigger picture. If problems are happening often, it's not about a pressure point, it's about your overall health. And taking it seriously is one of the smartest decisions a man can make. So, after all the hype, the myths, and the viral promises, what's the real secret? It's this. There is no single magic button on your body that can guarantee an instant erection, but there are proven ways to take control of your sexual health. Regular exercise, clean nutrition, good sleep, stress management, and medical support if needed. These are the true pressure points that actually work. They don't just create temporary results, they build a foundation for lasting strength and confidence. The idea of pressing a spot and getting instant results is appealing because it's fast and easy, but deep down, most men know the truth. Lasting power comes from how you take care of your body every single day. The good news is that your body is resilient. Even if erections have weakened, most men can restore their performance by making consistent changes. The real secret isn't hidden in your hand or your foot, it's in your habits, your health, and your mindset. When you focus on those, you don't just get stronger erections, you get a stronger, healthier life.